in control of is sugar metabolism, and that's what the adrenal glands is for. It metabolizes corticosteroids, it metabolizes sugars, it metabolizes steroids, it metabolizes hormones, and not only that, it is for of all your essential minerals and your trace minerals and amino acids. So when you start getting into diabetes 1, that's insulin dependent because you're not producing enough insulin, which we're going to dive deep into. And then you get into diabetes 2, it is simply the adrenal glands is not working because neurological problems is messing up. Whenever you start talking about the autonomic nervous system or you start talking about the adrenal glands, you always got to take in consideration the central nervous system, which is the brain, the cardiovascular nervous system, which is the heart mechanism, and last but not least, the autonomic nervous system, or what they call the intrinsic nervous system, which is the adrenal glands. And this deals with all the serotonin and melatonin that's produced by the gut. So we're going to dive deep into it, and we're going to pull out our models, and we're just going to show an example of exactly what we're talking about. So what we finna go deep into right now is diabetes mellitus 1, or what they call hyperglycemia 1. And again, once you get into diabetes 1, it's insulin dependent, meaning that there is something going on inside of the pancreas where the pancreas structure functioning of the cells is not holding its integrity enough to actually produce the insulin. We have to remember that insulin acts as a key to a door. The specific door that I'm talking about is the door to the cell, and the insulin is that key that unlocks the door. And once it unlocks the door, glucose, or your sugars that goes through this process of ATP, or what we're going to call fuel metabolism, for you can yield energy, you need to be able to penetrate that cell, that mucous membrane layer of the cell. And that's what glycogen do. Glycogen is actually produced by the pancreas. Now, when you look at the pancreas it's actually your stomach, is connected to your gallbladder, it's connected to your small intestinal tract that they call the duodenum, and it's connected to your spleen. And we're going to talk about the spleen in a minute, because the spleen is associated with the damage of the pancreas a lot.
There's a famous biochemist and healer named Arnold Ehret. He created a book called the Mucus Diet List. Phenomenal book. A lot of Sabi information come from this book. A phenomenal book. I read the book probably two to three times a month. The Mucus Diet List. And it's by Arnold Ehret. He said something very, very dope to me in one of his books. I don't know if it's in this book or another book, but he said the body have the capability of healing itself if you put it in the right environmental conditions. And he said cancer is a pretty sight to see, because it shows you how majestic your body is, and all cancer is your body being accumulated with trash. And instead of putting the trash inside of the kitchen or the bloodstream, it creates a bag and put all the trash in the bag. That's all a tumor is. That's all a boil is. That's all a cyst is. That's all a polyps is. It's the body building up acidic associated trash, and instead of it going into the bloodstream and killing you dead as a doorknob, the body is smart enough to isolate the trash, put it in a damn bag, and then you go to the doctor, they say you got a tumor. Oh snap, you got a boil. Alright, it says, I was wondering if you could help me determine which of your products I need. I was diagnosed with HS, hydronitis, meaning I get boils under my arms and around my groin constantly, and it is